Good morning, students. Let us start our today's class. In our last class, we have learned gravitational force of attraction between two particles, masses m1 and m2, which are separated by a distance r is g into m1 into m2 by r square, where capital G is the universal gravitational constant. Now today we will start our discussion with the derivation of the unit of G. From the above equation we can write capital G is equals to F into R square by M1 into M2. So unit of G is equals to unit of force into square of the unit of distance by unit of mass 1 into unit of mass 2. Now, in SI system, E will be equals to unit of force in SI system into square of the distance in unit of square of the distance in SI system and mass also in SI system. Means all the terms in right hand side we have to use their unit in SI system. And we know in SI system unit of force is Newton, distance is meter and mass is kg. So is in SI system unit of G is equals to Newton into meter square by kg square or Newton into meter square into kg to the power minus 2. Next, the value of G is equals to 6.673 into 10 to the power minus 11 into Newton into meter square into kg to the power minus 2. This value of G, the gravitational constant, is very important. Always you have to remember this, and experimentally this value was derived. So next we will discuss the characteristics of gravitational force. First point, gravitational force between two objects does not need any contact between them. Number 2, it varies inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Hence, gravitational force is an inverse square force. Next, number 3, the gravitational forces between two objects form an action-reaction pair. If object A attracts object B with a force F1 and the object B attracts object A with a force F2, then F1 is equals to minus F2. Here, both the magnitude of both forces are same, but they are opposite to each other. That's why negative sign we are introducing. So F1 is equals to minus F2. Next, number 4, gravitational force between two small bodies is very small. On the other hand, gravitational force between two large bodies is large. As we know, F is directly proportional to the product of masses. So obviously this force depends on the masses of the objects. Next, number 5, gravitational force between two objects is always attractive in nature. Next, we will discuss the importance of universal law of gravitation. Now these points I have not written on notes. You listen all the points very carefully. The gravitational force plays an important role in nature. First point, all the planets revolve around the sun due to the gravitational force, and we supply the required centripetal force between the sun and the planets. Thus, gravitational force is responsible for the existence of the solar system. Next point, tides in oceans are formed due to the gravitational force between the moon and the water in oceans. Number 3, Since the gravitational force of the planets like Mercury and Venus is very small, therefore these planets do not have any satellite or moon. Next, number 4. For artificial and natural satellite revolve around the earth due to the gravitational force between them, which provide the necessary centripetal force to move in a circular path around the earth. Next, number 5. The atmosphere of the earth is possible due to the gravitational force of the earth. Number 6. Rainfall and snowfall is possible due to the gravitational force of the earth. And next, we stay on the earth due to the gravitational force between earth and us. Next, we will discuss one problem from your NCERT book, page number 134, question number 2. Write the formula to find the magnitude of the gravitational force between the earth and an object on the surface of the earth. Now let us consider the mass of the earth is capital M, mass of the object is small m, radius of earth is capital R and radius of object is small r. Now here the radius of object small r is very less than capital R. Therefore, small r is negligible compared to capital R. Now here we have to consider the total mass of the earth is concentrated at its center. Therefore, what is the distance between earth and the object? It is equal to the radius of the earth. So, here one object is earth with mass capital M. Another object is a very small particle with mass small m, and they are separated by the distance equal to the radius of the earth, that is capital R. So, gravitational force between the earth and an object which is on the surface of the earth is equals to F equals to capital G into capital M into small m by R square. Next, we will discuss one numericals related to the topic. The mass of the earth is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Mass of the moon is 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg. The distance between the earth and the moon is 3.84 into 10 to the power 5 kilometer. Calculate the force exerted by the earth on the moon. And here capital G is equals to 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now here mass of the earth M1 is equals to 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg. Mass of the moon M2 is equals to 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg. Distance between them R is equals to 3.84 into 10 to the power 5 kilometer. This kilometer we have to convert to meter. Therefore, we have to multiply by 10 to the power 3 and we will get distance between them is 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter. And capital G here 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now using the formula of gravitational force F is equals to G m1 m2 by r square, we get here we have to substitute all the values of m1 m2 r and g, and the attractional force between earth and moon we will get 2.02 into 10 to the power 20 Newton. Thus force exerted by the earth on the moon is equals to 2.02 into 10 to the power 20 Newton. Here the same force will be exerted by the moon on the earth. Okay. So this much is for today. Thank you.